What is up, guys? It is Tuesday night, almost 10 p.m. right now. Just got back from a little workout a little while ago. Been on the computer, watching some film, breaking down some stuff. Figured I would update you on what's been going on the last week or two, and then what's going to be in store for the coming week. So we just got back from our trip to Buffalo. We played at Niagara, so traveled up to the north country of New York. Pretty far trip. We split, and we are now done with regular season play. And this coming weekend, we head to Atlantic City, New Jersey for the MAC Conference Tournament. Last year, the tournament ended and we didn't even get to play because of COVID. So we were about to take the floor. Literally, the game was about to start, and they were about to go on the floor for warm-ups, and they canceled everything. So this year, we're hoping to have a little bit better luck in terms of when we arrive in Atlantic City and actually getting to play a game. So we got a bunch of workouts tomorrow, no practice, but a bunch of player workouts in the morning. Then just finishing up those scouts. Like I said, it's grind time for those conference tournament scouts. Going to be watching a bunch of games. Iona and Monmouth play tomorrow, so after tomorrow we'll have a better idea of who we will see in the first round. So right now I'm actually just looking at some out of bounds plays, and I just found like a little trend. It's funny, like when I'm studying certain players and I'm watching the clips through Synergy, I'll see certain trends, so like for example, I'm looking at Dee Richards from Baylor, point guard, on the Nancy Lieberman watch list, just kind of looking at her game a little bit, and I noticed a couple of the out of bounds plays. Let me turn the volume down here. A couple of the out of bounds plays they ran. This was a really, really nice. And I remember watching this game live, and I remember wanting to clip this. So I found the play. So you got your three guard stack along the baseline and your post up at the top. So screen across for a little curl. And I was just, inbounder stepped right in. And that's Dee. Then they ran the same play earlier in the second quarter. Here it comes again, the curl. This time the inbounder is gonna come up through the middle and get a drive and score. Then they ran it again, and this time they don't get a score out of it, but they get a great look, a drive right in the paint, and that's a really good look. So what I did, so for anyone who cares about the X's and O's side, this is going to be me talking about that for a little while. But what I did notice was the way that Texas was defending it. So Texas switched out with their inbounder every single time. So you're going to see here, back to the first clip, if you watch the inbounder for Texas right here, I don't know if you can see this, the inbounder for Texas, she's going to switch out. She's switching out onto the guard popping out here, and that's why the inbounder is wide open. So this is just a great look from Urson, and obviously this is the third time they've ran this play, right? So it's just talking about making adjustments, right? Baylor knows that inbounder is going to switch out. By the third time that they run this play during the game, she knows that the inbounder is going to be open. So all the inbounder has to do is step right in, and she's going to have an open layup because the inbounder defender stepped out. So again, they scored on it twice and got a third good look. So they were pretty much ready for this. Again, inbounder here, switches out, leaving her wide open to come through the middle. Now the girl that doubled the ball here is going to have to really trail and try and find the inbounder, who is now going to have an open drive to attack a closeout at the top of the floor. So again, that's just good. That's just making good adjustments in the middle of a game, obviously. I went back and I watched the first time they played to see if Texas guarded it the same way, and they didn't. So they made that adjustment going into this game. In the last game, they just tried to chase, and they got hit. They had to switch out once. So I'm sure that going into that game, Vic Schaefer was thinking that switching out with the inbounder would kind of deter that pass. But Baylor was able to make that adjustment on the fly and get the ball back to the inbounder as soon as he possibly could. So that was cool. I kind of get into like a rabbit hole with these things when I'm looking at these plays. It wasn't even what I was intending to find, but saw that and noticed that trend. So that's just a little bit of the basketball IQ thing, and a little bit of basketball breakdown for anyone that's interested in the X's and O's. That's been what's been going on this week. Prepping all the logistical stuff, the hotels, the meals, the bus, the laundry, all stuff like that. With COVID, it's making everything a little bit more difficult than normal, but again, have a few days here to prepare before we leave this weekend. But that's just a little update. Tomorrow I'm going to bring you guys through the entire day. We have practice in the morning, and then, just kind of show you guys what's going on around the office and check in. I feel like I haven't done like a kind of full day in the life in a minute. But I'm going to head to bed soon, and I will see you guys in the AM. The morning stack. Headed to practice.
Can't stay here forever. I gotta make a move. Care to indulge a dinner party set for two? I do. I'd like to date you, and then I could stare into your eyes and never look back, just to see a future bright with you by my side. I'm in love with the past and present, you and all your tomorrows too. You keep getting better
Just
and
pulled up.
better.
Gotta get COVID testing. People didn't like that I showed the COVID test, my swab going up my nose last time, so I'll refrain from that. But COVID testing and then practice. Oh, it's open. Clutch. Let's go. In the office right now. Just got everything all set up. Practicing a little bit. We've got Rachel. Busy week for Rachel. Getting all the MAC tournament stuff together. But we'll get some practice clips, probably something, a little bit of that, and then a bunch of just busy work, logistics, and film stuff today. So, yeah, just going to be a little day in the life. Rachel lost her textbook. How much do you have to pay?
$170.
$170. She lost her textbook on the road. Struggle, man. The struggle. Practice. Did you get a practice plan?
Yeah.
Did you look at it already?
Yeah.
I'm in today.
Let's go, Jenny.
I love when I get to practice. And hope. This is the scene right now.
Hi.
Action shots. Hi, Baco.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm amazing. How are you?
What are your thoughts heading into the playoffs?
We just need to everybody.
CT, how are you?
Good.
What'd you think of practice today?
It was nice.
Tierra? Yeah? Are you excited for your first MAC tournament? Well, technically your first two, because last year we didn't get to play. So excited?
Yeah, really
Have you been to New Jersey before? Have you been to Atlantic City? Have you? You've been to Atlanta? Well, besides last year. How are you, other freshie, feeling about the playoffs, the upcoming playoffs?
I'm excited. We are ready. We've been working hard. We're gonna dance.
Love it. Love it.
Isn't her so cute? Look how big this water bottle is, and her standing next
Look
to
at
it.
Lolo, everybody.
Yeah,
she's going to be on the vlog. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Is that yours?
Yeah, this is mine. It's not that bad
Okay,
compared to normal cameras. Kens, how's your first, what have you been here, about 2 months now?
Yeah, about 2 months now. It's been pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
Back home. Back home.
Pretty welcoming, so.
It's been good. You wish you were playing this week though, right?
Yes.
I know.
Very
We gotta get you down there somehow.
I know.
Alright guys, about 4 o'clock right now. We just wrapped up the day. Headed home. Definitely gonna get some Chipotle tonight. Feeling it. Have a little gift card, so gonna get some Chipotle for dinner. What is up, guys? It is about 6:30 later in the night now. I was just doing some video editing a couple of podcast clips that I had, and watching some basketball. So Big Ten play was on. Iowa and Indiana. Just watched Caitlin Clark get buckets. Definitely, she's probably going to be National Freshman Player of the Year, her or Paige Beckers, but she's absolutely ridiculous. Some of these shots that she's making. I am currently editing up a couple podcast clips. I'm getting ready to send out my first edition of the Backyard Buckets newsletter. So over the past summer, when I kind of started the Backyard Buckets podcast and the Zoom training and all that kind of stuff, I also had an email newsletter that I had on my website. So every week I would send out, like tips for players or, new moves, or just letting you know that I put a new video out, stuff like that, in like a weekly newsletter. And I really enjoyed doing that, but I wasn't that consistent because the interface I was using was just kind of difficult to add the subscribers, and it was a little bit of a hassle, and it just wasn't really smooth. But there's a website called Substack that I know a lot of writers have been using lately to send out emails, and this way it's also on a website. So now the site that I'm using here, right, you have the whole interface, so you can go and see every newsletter that I've ever sent out. So it's going to come to your email if you're subscribed, and you can also go back and access it from this website. So right now I'm in the middle of the first one, which is going to be a beginner's guide to the ball screen. So literally every type of ball screen, the most common ones, obviously not every single type, but the most commonly seen ball screens explained, and with a video to go side by side with it, so you can not just read about it but actually see what I'm talking about and hopefully learn something from it. So again, with these newsletters, I'm in my first year of coaching, right? I totally understand that. I'm not trying to send out something that's going to change the world and, something that nobody else knows. Everybody knows this stuff. I'm just trying to share what I've learned from other coaches throughout my year and my couple years that I've really been watching film. I'm not going to lie. I spent a lot of time watching basketball. So I do feel like I have enough credibility because I know that I put in the work to send this stuff out and to feel like it's accurate information. So again, it's not going to be anything life-changing for college coaches and people who have been doing this for a lot longer than me, but I know for sure that it can help younger players and even college players right now who might not be as as well-to-do, in terms of knowing the X's and O's side of things and the different terminology and stuff. So I want to be that person that can help you take that next step in your game, whether you're in high school, whether you're in middle school, or you're even in college, or you're just wanting to get into coaching. And it's kind of like that breakdown tool where it's not so overwhelming, but I'm simplifying it in the best way that I can possible. So again, if you want to subscribe to that, I'm going to put a link in the description below where you can sign up for the newsletter. And if you want to learn about ball screens, before we get into the reads or anything super advanced, just simple stuff right here that I feel like, I wish, again, that I had access to when I was younger. I wish that I had a newsletter sent to my email every single week. Not on the super complicated stuff that you'll learn down the road, but just the basics that I feel like aren't being taught enough. And that a lot of coaches, including myself, assume players know sometimes, but they really don't. So hopefully this can help anybody, again, that's interested in this and wants to get better at film study and just stay up to date. So just trying to share and help as many people as I can.